Study was made by Parsons, Maine. It talks about not only dams, it talks about a lot of things. About conduct, about ducts, about agriculture, about recycling of water. It's a global thing. This global plan, this 5-year plan is a holistic plan that takes consideration all the elements of water in Lebanon. The second step after this plan, as an example of federative economy, you have electricity. Because when you talk water, you talk electricity. Already, if you do the water plan, you can already produce 20% more electricity for the nation, free of charge, because it's run with the water. But then, it's not enough. You need more. You need to prepare the country for the future. You need to prepare the cars of the future to run on electricity. You need to have a much bigger plan for electricity. And we talk here about a solar field in the top of the Lebanese mountain, which are useless in terms of agriculture. I'm not going to lose too much time on this one, but just to give you an idea of how many things are federative in Lebanon. Other fields of this federative input, although it sounds like defederative, is decentralization. You will realize in the book that decentralization can be, at the contrary, a very federative thing. Because decentralization allows every region to grow, and one region will grow together, they will feel that they are part of one growing group, and that is really something that can help a lot. We talk about high technology, a very low-hanging fruit. We have brains. Our brains are all over the world. They run NASA. They run so many things all around. Some doctors have made the third or the fourth heart transplant. So the Lebanese is brilliant. And when you talk technology, numbers are behind technology. Numbers do not have a culture. Nobody can say number is coming from the west and number is coming from the east. So numbers are for everyone. So the dream is to create an MIT or a Caltech level of university where all the best students of Lebanon can come for 2 years and get PhDs or MBA level in technology. So imagine that you have people coming from the south, from the north, doing R&D in a university and inventing things together. Imagine the intelligence of the people sitting together, bonding together, and eventually becoming the future thinking of Lebanese to become. This takes nothing. It takes to hire a university or an area and to bring teachers from MIT or Caltech, to pay them very good wages, but it's never too expensive, definitely less expensive than weapons or all the loss that is being done today. You know that today the politicians pump in $1.5 billion of budget to their pocket. This number was given by a consultant recently. It was in all the newspapers. So imagine what it can do to us if we start really thinking about federative economy like this one, where we push people to such achievements. And last but not least, in our common sense, is creative economy. But we are all creative, we are living in communication. Creative economy is much more than advertising and communication. Creative economy is about shows, it's about design, it's about fashion, singing. You know how much singers are earning and are bringing for Lebanon. This is our power. We never thought about creative economy to be a federative tool for us. And you know, it's not one region that has got the privilege of being creative. I'm giving you the example only of, what's your name? Haifa. Haifa is coming from the south. So she is an expression of creativity. Elisab is coming from Damour. Everybody is creative. And you know why we are very creative? It's because we are a mixture of cultures. When a country doesn't have but one culture, it cannot get creative. It becomes, closed into walls and cannot expand. But because we are interfacing together in all communities and culture, we become richer in creativity. So one message about federative economy for those dreamers who think that we should defederate and we should create independent states. Most of us have got a clue about what it was when we were somehow in an independent small state. It was becoming, you know, an okay corral when gangs were fighting against each other to try to do something. So federative states will not work in Lebanon. A non-federative state, whereby with the words that we have to have all this culture, we have to nurture it and make it even bigger. And we are a unique setting proposition for the world. No country in the world have got what we've got. No country really can expose it this way, and no country is really showing the results of it. Because you know that we are perceived to be very creative all over the world. So think about it. How can we succeed? It's again in the book. Through influence. That's why I wanted to make this presentation. That's why, as a chairman, honorary chairman of your Burnett, I wanted to really bring in communication to the highest level. It's about creating influence. It's all what we do today when we are doing our job. We do not call it influence, we call it communication, but it's influence. We have never tried influence. Influence was tried only by politicians and political parties. They sent you the wrong influence. The influence that they sent you was fear. They all talk about fear, because when they talk about fear, you cannot let them go. You want to stick to them because you're afraid. They did it so well that we were all struck by what we call the syndrome, the Stockholm syndrome. You know, who knows the Stockholm syndrome? Good. Okay. Okay. You know, we like so much, we are so much attached, we are so much afraid of being killed that we get attached to those who are hijacking us. So how can we break this? We cannot break it by fighting them because they are very powerful. We can break them by building the minds of people to accept the disease, which is I'm stuck by syndrome of Stockholm, and try to do something about it. Influence. Through a civic and a politic group with something which I think will be an innovation. Idea leadership. It's not about one leader. It's not about one man. One man will never have integrity enough for the rest of his life. Even the best person cannot sustain his integrity because it's very complicated to stay pure when you have a big goal. Whereby, idea is a much stronger idea. So it sustains the leader, it goes beyond the leader to carry on portraying something which is so powerful. I'm going to give you an example. Please forgive me to talk about your Burnett. I'm off, and Burnett is still going even stronger. Because there is an idea. The idea is creativity and integrity to the top. So believe me, this works. So that's one of the chemistry of the book that the book is trying to sell. And the idea will be to have founding members that I would call counselors. The book talks about 150 of them that are the cream of the core of the Lebanese achievers who have decided that there is something better than trying to just talk for yourself, to just nurture your ego, but to give back to the society just a little bit of what the society gave you. Because you can never become a billionaire if you have not taken the money from the people. Not stolen, no, but take it from the people in a way. And as it happens in every civilized country, there is a duty of giving back to the nation what the nation has given you. Unfortunately, we don't have this habit yet. Maybe this book can start creating awareness for the people who have made it, that maybe they should give something. But to make the thing work properly and to avoid the temptation of leadership, as you all know, is very tempting. The idea of the book is to have a paid board of collaborators. So, an executive board, salary, whose only job would be to represent the board and do effectively in the field all what it takes. And the idea is building very heavily on NGOs because they will be the weapon of effectiveness for the country. There is 16,000 NGOs in Lebanon, obviously. The idea is to try to select the NGOs that were created for the good causes, because a lot of NGOs were created to just make money. So there is, among the lot, some NGOs that really can really make a difference and help. and the launching of national project, as I told you, for the water. Through powerful holistic campaigns. I don't need to explain to you neither powerful nor holistic nor campaign. Working 24/7. Imagine, if you want to launch a 5-year plan for the water, imagine bombarding citizens from morning to evening with, making the water, the most important desire, belief, intention for the nation. We will do it not only by direct communication, but eventually through a website, obviously through social networking, and also by creating things that are a little bit different, to just not preach the people of Lebanon, but try to get them to participate. Remember what I said about participation. So this is one of the ideas that the book is offering. We want to create a state academy game. It's like Star Academy. But what is at stake is the 5-year plan. What we will do is to get people who are interested to be part of the game, 300 or 400 young universitarians who like to contribute somewhere, who likes this public life. They will come and they will present during 5 weeks something like, what's the problem, what's the solution? That's the idea. So we will select the 10 best, what's the problem, what's the solution, solutions idea. And in the second batch of the game, we will tell those 10 to go and prove that their solution can work in all the regions of Lebanon. And what they will do will be voted for by the public, hoping that this can create interaction and participation of the public to the project. Now, when we say what the problem was the solution, is sponsored by Water for Lebanon, or the project of how to make Lebanon, the water bonanza for the people. So it's the sponsoring is the idea of the 5-year plan, the sponsors are, and the interest to bring people in will be what I say, what's your problem, what's the solution. So we hope that through a game like this, we can start. The game is planned to stay for 4 months, and then we will have then another batch of 4 months to talk about another project like electricity and so on. And we hope that at the end, when we run that program for 2-3 years, in a way, you will create empathy for people who were in the game, who could become, who knows, future MPs. Future MPs coming from their ideas and not coming from the fact that they inherited their political power or were bought by politicians to do something about it. Real, as we say in Arabic, khamiri, real beginning for a new national conscience for the country.